Hey guys, it's your girl Shay again with Plant Essence, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. Not even different, but I haven't done it in a while, which is a full-on plant tour. And this video, just a disclaimer, this video may be a little bit long because I have over 150 plants. A lot of them are small, some of them are bigger, but nonetheless, it may be a little bit long, so just hold on. And I'm so excited, guys. It's summer. There's a lot of things that are blooming, and there's some that aren't doing so well because I'm dealing with a little bit of a pest problem, particularly with my Hoya plants. Yes, the Hoyas. I don't know how these mealybugs got in, but there's some sap sucking suckers. They sucked the sap out of my Hoyas that were doing phenomenal. And I go to look at them and to water them. I'm like, why? I just watered you the other day, and the water seemed, the soil seems really moist. And lo and behold, I see a couple sap sucking mealybugs just hanging out. And change the soil, kind of give it a little bit of a triage, and some of them are doing okay, kind of rebounding. Some of them are not. But anyway, but there's a lot of plants that are doing well. So I have to understand this is the plant journey. You're gonna get pests, and there's gonna be some plants that die, but you just have to roll with the punches and deal with it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So stay tuned if you wanna see all my plants. And I'll try to remember the names of them, the scientific names, as well as the common names of them. I'll try my best because there's a lot of plants, and some of those names are kind of tricky, but stay tuned. Okay, so I figured I would start over here in this corner right next to the fireplace. And I do have some grow lights here. These are the Sansevieria grow lights. But this here is the Monstera Adansonii, and she is just thriving. She loves this spot here. And she's just doing great. When I first got this particular plant, it was half the size here, and I did put it on a moss pole, and it started to really climb up. As you can see, she's doing really, really well. I repotted her into a clear nursery pot, and she's been taking off. I've actually made a couple propagations from this, and I sold them. So I'm planning to cut her soon to make some more propagations, but these leaves are absolutely gorgeous. The fenestrations are beautiful. And at one point they did get a little close to this grow light, and it did burn a little bit, but no pest problem. She's doing really well. Right next to this in the middle here, I have this is the Hoya Whitetii variegata. And some may call it the Kentiana. I'm trying to get a little closer here, but this one's not cooperating a little bit. I'm trying to oh, there we go. So this is the Whitetii. This one I had to just recently repot because I'm having a mealybug issues, particularly with my Hoya plants. And I noticed that this one was failing the taco test, which some of the leaves were easily pressing and making a taco formation. Some of them are okay, but I completely cleaned the soil, cleaned the roots, and I put some systemics into it. I refreshened the soil, so I'm hoping that she bounces back. But I do have her in a clear nursery pot, and I have her in this beautiful Berg's planter, which I absolutely love. Right next to this one, I have the Anthurium crystallinum. Yeah, and I struggle with anthuriums because they need to stay moist. They love to stay in moist conditions, and I can be a little heavy-handed and overwater, so I was kind of fearful of that. But we're seeing how this one does. It's doing really well. I placed some moss in the bottom here, and actually in the top layer of the soil. It's relatively moist. I do spritz the plant from time to time just to keep the humidity, but still in all, she does crisp up a little bit. This one back here, which I'm kind of ashamed of, she's ready to go. But there are some hopeful signs because, you know, this leaf is doing pretty well. This one here as well. This one a little wonky, but the new ones that are coming through, they're looking okay. And right below that, I did just recently create this. I took an old IKEA mini greenhouse and I turned it into a terrarium. Now, I won't go into the details of this because I think I'll shoot a specific video for that. But I have some really nice humidity loving plants in here that are doing well. And you know, I gotta have my carnivorous plants. Yes, right there. But I'll go over this. I'll shoot a separate video of that. But I just recently did that. Created this during the holiday. It was an old, like I said, old IKEA cabinet, a mini greenhouse cabinet that I had. And I wanted to give myself a little bit of a project. So right over here this is an Asian violet, very like the cousin to the African violet. And when I got this plant, let me tell you, it was tiny. It was about the size of this, maybe had a few leaves on it. And these leaves have gotten, let me tell you, they're so strong and sturdy. It's just unbelievable. And it constantly blooms. I don't know if you can see, there's a tiny little bloom back there. It's about to come, but the blooms are absolutely adorable. And I keep her in this terracotta self-watering pot, which wicks up the moisture. I may have to repot her soon. I don't know. I think this is a 4-inch pot. I may have to go a little bit bigger. I don't know. So, but moving along over here to this area here, this here is another Hoya that was on the struggle bus because of mealybugs. And I had to actually cut an entire vine because it was very, very like flimsy. And if you know anything about Hoyas, they store the water into the leaves. This one's doing okay. These leaves, these white leaves here, which have no chlorophyll, they're actually doing quite well. I have no issues with them. And this plant here is definitely on the rebound. It may take a little bit of a little while for the plant. Let me see if I can back up a little bit. Oh no. It may take a while for the plant to kind of like rebound because I had to redo the entire, all the soil. I had to clean the roots, had to give it a pesticide. It took a lot out of the plant. And sometimes when they go through some type of shock, it takes them a while for them to produce any new leaves because they're busy trying to recover. And right next to that, I have this beautiful jade pothos. Let me just see if I can span the light over here just a bit so we can get a little bit more light. It's a little bit more light, but she's beautiful. I got this plant. This was maybe like a 3-inch potted plant, and she's just basically taking off. Very easy care, this particular pothos or pothos, whatever you want to call it. So, and I do keep it on a grow light because it's pretty dark in this area. I don't get a lot of direct sun. This is an older home that I live in, and I guess they weren't big on, a lot of light for whatever reason, kept it cool. Right here in this corner, which is getting, again, I have the Sansi grow lights here. This here is a begonia terrarium, but particularly the, let me see if I can get it closer. This is strawberry begonia. And strawberry begonias aren't really begonias. I guess they just call them begonias. Oh my gosh, why is it not able to, no, I don't want that one. Okay. But I have it in this terrarium, which is so cute. It's a little greenhouse, little mini greenhouse right here. But let's see if I can get it a little closer. She's doing, nope. Oh gosh, my camera skills are not the best, guys. I do apologize. Okay. No, I want to get closer. No. Okay. Trying. Okay. But anyway, this you get the picture. This is the strawberry begonia. There was a big one. It was full. It was pink. It was just beautiful. But the main plant actually caught root rot. I guess it was just a little bit too moist, but it managed to put off pups. And 1, 2, 3 pups. Hopefully you can see the pups there. All right, let me close her up. Isn't this little greenhouse so cute? You can even leave it ajar, kind of like a greenhouse to give it some air, to aerate it. Right over here next to it, I have this beautiful Philodendron micans, and she's doing she's doing okay actually. I gotta figure out what's going on because the leaves are coming in a little wonky. I don't know if it's a pest problem. It's kind of mutating. I don't know, but I usually have really good luck with this plant. But there's some leaves that are really like nice, but then there's some leaves at the top, which is getting plenty of light, that are just not, it's not happy. But anyway, back here in the back, that is a Sansevieria jade, black jade. And I had a bigger one, but this is a pup from it. And she's actually doing really, really well. I'll pull her out really quick so you can take a look at her. But she's just so beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. She's a beautiful plant. Tiny. And I have another one that sits in my other bathroom. I have it there. This here is a picture plant that I recently got, and they recently put out a new picture right here. And this is actually west facing light. It comes on a bit of an angle here, but and I actually keep it in this is a dessert bowl, and I keep some distilled water in here because these particular carnivorous plants like to be in kind of boggy and damp conditions, so I keep her in there. Right next to this plant is a Philodendron Florida Beauty, and the variegation is doing well. It's pretty stable. I did have it upstairs, which I don't think it was giving enough light, and this leaf reverted completely green, but then this is the latest leaf, which I'm very proud of. And then there's a new one coming right behind her. So okay, so kind of going over here in the dining room, I have a little section over here, and do excuse the the sound of the air conditioner. So again, I live in an older home. We don't have central air, unfortunately, not yet. So here, if I can kind of squeeze out here, I have this here is, I got this plant. This was like a 3-4 inch plant. This is a Florida green, and it is doing amazing. Amazing. The leaf size is just huge. Right beneath that, I have a Scindapsus exotica, which I actually propagated. And I'm actually propagating some more, but the leaves are absolutely gorgeous on this plant. I absolutely love it. Right below that, I have this plant. This is the Florida Bronze. Very slow grower, but very stable when they do produce leaves. If you give them good light, the leaves do get bigger. This latest one is not a huge leaf. It looks like it's going back to juvenile size, but very consistent. It doesn't pop out a lot of leaves, but I do like her. I do like her. This one here is a Philodendron Silver Stripe, and she is just happy, happy, happy. I mean, once you give it good light, it consistently, the striping and the variegation stays pretty stable for this plant, right? And I have it sitting in this, I still have it in the nursery pot, but I have it sitting in this beautiful, beautiful Berg's pot. I love Berg's pots, but they're so expensive. But yeah, I have her here, and I do have her on this plant stand or a stool. Right here, I have a Chameleon ZZ, which is kind of reverting because I don't think that I'm giving it sufficient light for it to stay the variegated, but there's some leaves that are variegated. I recently potted this plant directly in this terracotta pot, just to help wick up some of the moisture and not to leave it, soggy or anything like that. And right above that, I have a Raven ZZ, a black ZZ, which I got from the New York Plant District for pennies. Like, it was just so inexpensive, and it had like maybe 2 or 3 small stalks, and I did a little bit of an experiment, and I decided to take this one, which I don't recommend everybody do. And this one is actually hydroponics. So if you can see there's a little bit of a reservoir in the bottom. Oh God, my camera skills are terrible right now. It's just terrible. But yeah, I have some water at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see it. And then the roots are kind of like touching a little reservoir at the bottom, but I have it in this nursery pot designed for orchids. And then I have it in leca. And it's just put out so many leaves since I put it in this. I've given it good light, and it's put about 3 or 4 new leaves. And it's just thriving. It's just such a beautiful plant. And then one of my pride and joys is right behind this plant. This is the Philodendron Florida. Now look at these strappy leaves. I mean, beautiful. Look at the beautiful maroon backs. I also call them like red bottoms. So in the plant world, right? But beautiful. Look at this. This is longer than my forearm, and the roots are just all up in this. Once I put this on a moss pole, it just like completely took off. And she's working on a new leaf here, but all through the season, doesn't matter what season it is, she's constantly putting out new leaves because I keep her under this this grow light. And it's just a regular desk grow light I got from IKEA, or stand light, and I put a Sansevieria grow light in there, which gives relatively good amount of light. So just whipping over here, and let me just turn this off for a minute because I feel like I'm competing with the AC a bit. But right here I have your Sansevieria trifasciata. When I got her, she was just a small little plant here, and she's put out these new leaves since then, and she's just a happy snake plant. Right next to that plant, why is it like, okay, come on Gimbal, come on, let's work with me. Right next to this one, this is the Wellfen. I recently got this one. This is the variegated Wellfen Sansevieria right here, and I planted her into this terracotta pot. And most of my plants are still in their nursery pot. I would say 70 to 75% of my plants are still in the nursery pot. But if I know that a plant doesn't like to be, waterlogged or sitting in water, I put them in terracotta pots because they help to wick up the moisture. They help the plant along, so they're just not sitting in water. Just FYI. And then here we have a ponytail palm. I've had this for a couple months, and she's just put out so much beautiful new growth. I just love how she looks. Okay, let me turn the AC on. It got really hot really quick, really stuffy. Right here I have this beautiful Dracaena marginata that I acquired from IKEA for a couple bucks. It was braided when I got it, and I unbraided it because it's not braided in nature. Why would I keep it like that? I like it to be wild and free, just a bit. So, all right. And just moving along to my kitchen, do excuse the mess here. But I do have a couple, sorry for the dark, it's not as bright. So I have a beautiful, this is a Burrow's Tail succulent right here. She's doing well, and she's reaching for the light because I have these grow light pucks up top here. I have the pucks here. The wires don't look too great, but hey, whatever. My plants are happy. But I have the Burrow's Tail here. I do have another type. Oh my God, my carnivorous plant. Oh no, I hurt you. I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry. it was in this terrarium, this makeshift terrarium that I did. But I did this about maybe a year or so ago, and I have like, there's some begonias in there. There's a type of pilea in there. There's some cushion moss in there. There's a type of succulent in there. Which succulents shouldn't even be in a terrarium because they don't like all that moisture. But she's doing okay. She's doing okay. Put her back. I have another carnivorous plant which is doing pretty well. It's putting out a new pup here, which is great. And then there's a Photonia in the back there. Yep. So yeah, here again. Sorry about the mess. I have this. Let me turn the light on. This is just your standard Scindapsus pictus. This is a smaller one, but this one, I got this from a big box shop. I actually have one upstairs too. I couldn't let them go because they were so cute and full and beautiful, and they just grow like a weed. You really don't have to do much with them. They'll tell you when they're thirsty. They'll curl up like this, and you just put them in the sink and just drown that hoe. Over here, I got this, I've had this for a couple months. This is like a jungle cactus. I believe it's a Christmas cactus. Yeah, because I have it's outside. I do have a Christmas, excuse me, a Thanksgiving cactus, and this one is a Christmas cactus. It's just a little bit different in how the leaves come in, so, yep. All right, so I do apologize. I'm in the bathroom. This is my first floor bathroom, but I wanted to show you the succulents and other plants that are here. Like I said before, I have an older home, so I don't have many windows like big windows. So any window that's south facing, I am going to take full advantage of, trust me, if there's good light. So this is the bathroom window in my first floor. Again, my first floor bathroom. It is filtered. It does have like a, the bathroom window, the fog window, whatever, for a bathroom, so you don't see the person using the bathroom. But the plants seem to love it, particularly these, what they look like cactus, but they're not. These are African milk plants, or euphorbias. That's the scientific name for these particular plants. And I got this about a year ago. It was tiny. It's still relatively small. It probably looks relatively big on the screen, but it's since put on length, and you can probably see the growth because this is kind of a maroon color, and you can see how much has grown since I've had it. And this is probably the second or third growth spurt it's had. It was tiny. It was very small. And during the summer months, I noticed that it puts out these leaves, which are so cute. It looks like a person's head that's like excited. I don't know. It looks very like, it looks like something you'd see in, like, I don't know, Australia or something. It looks very like, it looks weird. And I love weird plants, and this plant has put on such new growth. Each and every kind of stalk has put out new growth. You could see the growth pattern here. It does have spikes, but it's not considered a cacti. And watering this plant is a little bit of a challenge. I mean, I put this one, potted this plant directly into the terracotta, which again, terracotta is porous. So I just fill a basin with water, and I just sit the plant in it and have the plant wick up the water. I just leave it in there for 30 minutes. It wicks. I come back, pull it out, and put it back in its place, and she's happy. She's happy. But I make sure that the plant is completely bone dry, that the roots are dry before I water it, because with cacti, I've killed cactus, I've killed succulents. They don't like to be sitting in water. Right next to that, I have a little aloe plant. This is a pup. I have an aloe plant upstairs. So this is a pup from that. And I thought she was dead, guys, but she's actually doing pretty well. I recently watered her and I sat her in this window and she's doing pretty well. This here, guys, is a sad string of pearls. Very sad, very sad. I might have to let her go because she's not doing too well. Like the few strings or pearls that she's holding on to, she's looking sad. I may have to let her go. This is another euphorbia. Sorry about the darkness. It is a little dark, but this is another euphorbia. Let me put it over here so you can see it. But you can see the growth that it's produced. And this is a brand new like pup that it's produced since I've gotten it, but she's gotten really, really tall. And I really like how she looks. This is another like succulent. Unfortunately, she's gotten a little leggy. I had her in a different spot, which produced the legginess, but she's doing okay. She's doing okay. I don't know if I like how it's looking, but she's doing okay. This is your Sansevieria. Excuse me, Sansevieria. Oh my God. This is your succulent. This is an Echeveria. And I had this one in this pot and it had 3 other plants in here. It was much, much smaller than this. And guys, this is the first time that I've actually was able to keep a succulent alive, and she's happy. She's actually produced 2 kind of florets. I guess you call them florets or little rosettes or whatever. 2, it's like 2 heads. And last year she produced a flower spike, so I'm hoping that this year she produces a flower spike as well. Okay, so up top here I have in this Wally Grow planter, this is your Philodendron Brazil. She's doing okay. She's a slow grower. It doesn't get a lot of direct sun, but she's okay. She's happy. And then right above that plant I have this golden pothos, which some of the variegation, it has reverted to like all green, because even though this window in this bathroom is south facing, it's not an intense amount of light and it's kind of high up. So, but if you know anything about pothos, they're resilient. They are resilient. So, okay, so moving on to the foyer, I don't know. Okay, the foyer. So this is just a regular golden pothos. And she is just lovely, absolutely lovely. Let me just go down a little lower so you can see. But she's getting some tremendous light. And literally, guys, this was like a small cutting, or was it a small cutting? I might have gotten just like, it was just a small $4 plant that I got from a big box, and I made the moss poles. At first, I took all the soil off and I turned it into like a hydroponic setup, and she grew like beautiful water roots. But after some time, some of the roots started to get mushy, so then I repotted her into soil, and I put her here in my foyer with this Barina grow light, and she's just doing phenomenal. Some of the leaves are so big. And then the variegation is just unbelievable. It's so pretty. It makes you really appreciate just common plants like this, because they're so resilient and they just really brighten up a room, in my opinion. These are, let me see, hold on. This is your Phalaenopsis orchid. I have a couple, actually I have a few of them. They're doing a little struggling here. I actually did a little dumpster diving to get these particular orchids from a job I was working at, and a customer came in to get new orchids, and they threw these orchids away, and I'm like, wait, they're not dead, you know. So I did a little dumpster dive and took them out of the dumpster, and I took them home. And since I've taken them home and repotted them, gave them fresh new sphagnum moss, they put out new leaves. There's this one's working on a new leaf. There's one down there that's not doing too well, but it's not dead yet. But yeah. This is here a ZZ plant. She's just holding on for dear life, but she's not dead, but she's not doing well. But anyway, here's another. Oh my gosh, what is going on with this? Sorry guys, sorry. Yeah, there we go. This here is another Hoya that's on the struggle bus. I don't know if she's gonna make it, guys, because I'm looking at the leaves and they look like it looks like the life is just sucked out of it, and it was just thriving just less than a month ago. And whatever pest was in here has just really taken hold. The soil's moist, but this plant is just not holding on to any moisture, so I might have to let her go. That's just what happens in the plant world. So, but hey, I have plenty other plants. So this is, I believe it's a Hoya, not Maranta. Oh my God, why am I saying Maranta? Hoya silver something, but she may be gone. So I was looking forward to having her get bigger and bloom, because I heard the blooms smell really good on this particular one. Yeah. So here is a type of Tradescantia or bromeliad. I had her upstairs in my plant room, and I've always kept her in this pot. It did have a beautiful flower coming out of the middle of it, but she's doing great. She's hanging on. She's doing okay. So, yep. Now we're going to head upstairs. Okay, so this is a section in my bedroom in the corner that has a lot of like aeroids. There are some Hoyas here, but mostly like aeroids. So I guess maybe I should start in the back. So starting in the back, I have this beautiful Squamiferum or Scoriferum, or I just call it Squamiferum because there may be another pronunciation of that plant, but I just call it Squamiferum. And if you know anything about Squamiferum, they have the beautiful petioles that are kind of like fuzzy. And at first I was like, oh my God, that plant is so weird and yucky. But it actually, the petioles it doesn't feel like fur, you know, it feels like almost like when you were a kid and you played with like Play-Doh and it got like hard and stiff. That's what it feels like. But this plant is just so happy, man. It just constantly puts out new leaf after new leaf after new leaf. She's just a happy, easy going plant. Right next to that one, I have this Burl Marks Flame, which doesn't have any flame just yet. It doesn't have any fenestrations. It does take a while for the plant to mature, but let me turn her around so you can get a better look at this plant. But she is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that leaf is. I got that from a big box, believe it or not. And at the same time I got it from the big box, I got a small one from a grower in Florida. Much smaller leaves, but still constantly pops out new leaves. I mean, it's a steady grower. And then again, do you remember that plant I showed you downstairs, the Atabapoense? This is a pup from that. Actually, I can't say a pup. There were two plants in the pot. It was so small. It was not small, but there were two plants in that one pot. It was like a 2-for-1 deal. And then at one point it just got so big and took over. I had to just like repot it. And then she's been just taking over just like her mother. So she's been doing really well. So that is your Atabapoense. And it's very jungly here. I'm trying to like put it back. I'm trying to make sure that the leaves are pointing towards this. This is a Soltech grow light. Very, very intense grow light. I definitely get some really nice growth from this particular one. It's not the cheapest, but it's a really quality type of grow light, and I have it hanging here in this this pendant. Right here I have a Thai constellation, which has literally not put out a leaf in months. I don't know why. It's under a really good grow light. It doesn't have any pest problems that I know of. This is the latest leaf. This came out maybe a month or so ago. This is the latest leaf. It does have nice variegation. I'm thinking that it's working on a highly variegated leaf, because I see some of the variegation under here. And if you see the variegation happening on the petiole, that means whatever leaf's going to come out is going to be really variegated. It may even be more fenestrations and just more mature. The Thai constellations, they just are slower growers overall. So, and right here I have a beautiful, let me see if I can take it out and show you guys. This is one of my pride and joys. This is a Hoya Crimson Queen, and she is just beautiful. Look at those leaves. And you know she's doing well because she passes the taco test. It's firm, there's no issue, and she's very shiny. It looks like I just poured water on her, but that's actually all the pesticides I put on her, like neem oil and other types of things to make sure that she doesn't get any mealy bugs, because again, like I said, it's been mealy bug infestations, and you know, I'm just not happy. And the plant, the other Crimson Queen that's on my mantle downstairs, was here as well. So I don't know if it came from that plant or another plant I brought in, but she's doing okay. She's doing okay. So yep. But let me put her back in here. Yes, I just love this little corner. It's just very like jungly. Okay, and down below I have one of my first plants, which is not doing too well, but this here is the Alocasia poly, and I'm trying to do a technique where it grew tall, and then but the roots, like I don't know if you can see, the roots are here in the pot, but there were some like other roots growing a little above the stalks, and I saw on Instagram or wherever that I could make more like corms, and I can make more roots if I put damp sphagnum moss and kind of wrap it in there. I could just make them just a little bit more robust. These leaves are tiny. It just shocks me how this plant is looking. It's not bad. It's just the leaves are not unfurling. I don't know if I'm giving it enough humidity, but she's not dead, and I still love her regardless. Down below I have some takeout containers with some begonia propagations. Let me show you this. This is a iron cross begonia propagation that I'm working on. She's doing okay. I actually put one of the propagations in the terrarium that I built downstairs. Here I have a Philodendron tortum, which is actually doing really, really well. Look at her. Look at her. Look at that. Look at those leaves. Pretty, pretty, pretty plant. I can't even get it all in there, but yeah, she's doing well. Right there I have a Chinese money plant or friendship plant or whatever you want to call it, but a pilea, that's right, Pilea peperomioides. That's the name, the scientific name for that plant. So a bit of a tongue twister. Right here, I have some type of aloe plant, which is doing really well. It does stay in the south-facing window, and it does have a little bit of sun stressing here, which is great. I have another type of Sansevieria. I think this is called Medusa. Let me see if I can take this. I believe this is called Medusa, but she's actually working on a new like leaf in the middle. Spivey, stop licking. What is that? What are you doing? Cut it out. I'm sick of hearing it. But she's doing okay. She's doing good. She's doing good. All right, I gotta take you to the doctor. I'm sick of hearing that. Just weird. Okay. This is probably the only cactus. No, I do have another cactus. I have a cactus in the plant room, but this is a type of like, I forget what they call it. Like, it's not a barrel cactus, but it's very small, it's cute, it's variegated, and it sits in this south-facing window. But she's cute. She's a very slow grower. Here I have a this is a monkey tail cactus. They have very fine hairs. I may have gotten the mealybugs from something like this because I heard this one is a carrier of the mealybugs. And since I've gotten her, maybe she's grown maybe an inch or half an inch. She's not dead, but I heard they can get pretty long, but you got to watch out for them because they can attract a lot of pests. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have this in my collection, but this area over here is where the mealybugs infestation started. So then I have a little Sansevieria here. I lost the mom, so I have the little pups here. It's some type of variegated honey eye. I have here a marble queen pothos, which is one of my pride and joys. I keep it in the south-facing window, and as you can see, the leaves are going in one direction, and then it's kind of like bare in the back, but I decided to kind of turn it around so it can get more light on the rear side. But she's a very good, easygoing plant. Variegation is very stable. So this here is my Hoya Whitetii. It did have some mealybugs, but this sucker is strong. These leaves are so succulent. So succulent, and she's doing really well. So this does not have a mealybug problem. I just haven't been able to produce any peduncles, and it's a mature plant. Hurry up! My God. This is a recent find. This is the string of pearls, which is doing really well. Here is a crimson princess. And I saw some mealybugs on this one, but this one's pretty resilient for some reason, which is great. I did thoroughly wash it and give it some systemics. She's doing really good. Now this one is a Scindapsus. I think this is called Silver Ann because some of the leaves come in really, really silvery. They're beautiful. Such an easygoing plant, but I have to tell you, this was a slow grower. This one was a slow grower, but she's catching on now. She's doing much better now, and I just keep her here, and she's happy. And right here, I have a larger IKEA cabinet I just acquired maybe a few months ago. And I used the other one for the terrarium that I created. And this one here, this plant here is it's a rare begonia. This is the Amphioxus. I've killed a couple of these, so I'm trying to redeem myself. And I think I might have gotten a good handle on it so far with the begonias. You keep a small amount of distilled water at the bottom, just so it can wick up the water and keep it under some, medium indirect light, and she's happy. I also have here, I have some butterworts or pinguiculas, and I usually on a sunny day, I'll put them on my windowsill, and towards the end of the summer, they'll produce these beautiful, beautiful periwinkle flowers in the middle. They're trying to produce a flower right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I just love how she looks. She's so cute. She's so cute. This is another recent find. This is some type of begonia. I'm gonna say it's in the Listata, begonia Listata family, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And I just keep her here, and I just water the basin. I don't water the plant itself, but I just keep a little bit of water in the bottom portion of the pan, and you can see how much it cost. So I just keep it here, but she's pretty happy. And over here I have another butterwort doing okay, and then I have a couple string of pearls that has seen better days, especially in the top portion of it. Like, you'll have these like string of things and they look so pretty. They're like, oh my god, it's so pretty. And then you look at the top, it's like a bald-headed heifer. It just looks terrible, but it's alive, it's not dead. I have another one here. This one's doing actually a little bit better. Yeah, so yep. Now over here I have a few plants. This one here is a Hoya. This one's a Hoya Freckles Splash. And when I tell you, this plant had about, I don't know, 5 leaves on it. It looked like it had some fungal problem on it maybe a year and a half ago. I got rid of it. I cleaned up the soil. Really proud of myself what I did with this. And she constantly puts out leaf after leaf after leaf after leaf after leaf. Just beautiful, beautiful. And she's happy. She's really happy. I put her in this beautiful stone potter Buddha head pot. It's still in its nursery pot, and I put a trellis on it. So, and then here is this is a Vix plant, and an old coworker gave me a clipping of it, and I killed it. And then when I found one for a couple bucks, I had to have it. And it struggled a bit because they're not the easiest plants. Like, if you don't know how to take care of it, in my opinion, they're not the easiest to take care of. But once you learn it, they're kind of like almost, they're not succulent, but they like to be treated like a succulent, where you propagate them in soil, not in water. I had to learn that. But the Vix plant literally smells like Vicks Vapor Rub, like a very mild smelling Vicks Vapor Rub. And I recently potted her in this terracotta pot, and when I tell you, she just took off. I keep her right here under this this fish tank grow light. She's just been happy, absolutely happy. And then here I have a beautiful jewel orchid that I have in this beautiful display. Beautiful jewel orchid, and she's put out new leaves since I've gotten her, which I'm very proud of. This here is a Hoya choke. I just acquired her because the choke that I have is it's dying. Sorry, it's dying. So, yep. Okay. Now, taking a look at the plants in the plant room. I have a lot of plants to cover, so bear with me. All right, starting over here to the left is a combination of a Pothos Enjoy and a Pothos Global Green, or it's another name for it, Emerald. Pothos Emerald. And I think, honestly, the Pothos Emerald is where the mealybugs might have come in, because I saw quite a few mealybugs on this one. I treated it a couple times, but I think she's okay now, because you bring in these plants in here and they come from different growers and different conditions, and you could be inviting anything into your house. And I know they say to quarantine your plant for a while, but sometimes, I mean, I have space, but I don't have that much space to really quarantine it, unless I'm going to put it in the middle of the living room and walk past it every day. It's just impossible for me to completely quarantine a plant, unfortunately. So Right next to that, I have here, this is a type of carnivorous plant, and it had some beautiful like forked F-O-R-K-E-D like tendrils, and they died. It was doing quite well. It was flowering and everything like that, but I think it was just end of its life. And then it produced these green like tendrils, if you can see there. They're not, this is in the, not the Sarracenia family. This is like a sundew family. Pitcher, like a, not a pitcher plant, but sundew. They have the sticky substance like hairs around the actual tendrils, and they attract and eat the bugs that way. So I had to cut them off because they turned black, but it still kept producing these green like tendrils in here, so the plant is not dead. It just goes through a cycle. Here we have a Hoya, I think it's the maculata, Hoya maculata. It's doing well. I did see a couple mealy bugs on it, but it's most of the leaves are pretty tough and substantial, and I treated it with systemics and cleaned it and all that stuff. Here we have a alocasia pink dragon, but honestly there's nothing pink about this thing. What is that? Is that something on there? Wait, hold on. There's nothing pink about it. Nothing. And it's a slow grower too. But I keep it in a self-watering pot. It's literally produced 1, 2, 3 leaves. And I've had it for a year. But it's not dead. It gets great light here from this Soltech grow light. And right here, which is kind of vining and going up and up and up and all through the grow light, is your Hoya pubicalyx. And I still have it in its original nursery pot. It hasn't, I haven't like changed it. It's doing, it's hiding back there, but it's doing really well, and I don't have a pest problem. I haven't found any mealy bugs on it. Knock on wood. Let me knock on wood. Right here in front of that is your Hoya Crimson Queen, which is doing okay. It's doing well. It's producing beautiful leaves. I also have this Hoya Fitchii, which is doing really well. I have it on a trellis. Back there, I have a Chinese money tree stump. I don't know if you can see it. And she's doing really well under this grow light here. Here is a Hoya, I'm gonna say cat eyes or something cat. Slow grower for me, but easy grown. Oh my God, is that a mealy? Please don't tell me that's a mealy bug. Please, oh my God, is that a big mealy? Wait, I think, yeah, wait. I'm gonna have to treat that. I'm just gonna treat, I don't think it's a mealy, but I'm gonna treat it anyway. And right here is a Codex elephantips. The first one that I had was a Codex Stephania recta. It's in the IKEA cabinet over here. It's not doing as well as it normally is doing. Like the leaves are kind of faded, but I actually thought this Stephania recta was like dead, but she's put out some beautiful leaves. Like, look at this, look at this, look at how cute she is. Like, I'm gonna pick her up. I'm gonna pick her up. Look how beautiful she is. She's just so cute. It's just vining. I love her, very whimsical. This here in the corner is a Sansevieria Moonshine. Got her when she was a little pup. She's doing really well. Really easy care. Uh-oh, wait. This is my Hoya. Uh-oh. That leaf doesn't look too good. What's going on with my leaves back here? Oh, that's just an old leaf. Oh, thank God. No. No, don't die, guys. Don't die. You better not have any problem, because you've been doing really well. This is a Hoya Whitey Variegata. This is the other one I had. This is the first one I had. And she's passing the taco test. She's good. She's not bad. She better not be. She better not have any pest in there. But you know what? I get scared when I see like, what's that, the perlite, because I'm thinking, oh my God, it's a mealybug. It's gonna destroy my plant, but she's doing okay. Here's another type of Hoya. I had this one downstairs and I put her here because these lights come on. They're just off right now at the moment. The time ran out, so. But she's a prolific grower, very easygoing plant here. But I have it in this skull planter, which I absolutely love. And I still have it in this nursery pot, so I just keep it in there so I could just put it in a decorative pot. This is a type of Aglaonema. I have it in a self-watering pot. She's pretty easygoing, low light tolerant. Back there, I have a rabbit's foot fern. You see the little creepy looking rabbit foot thing there. Creepy looking, right? And then I have a terrarium that I made for a friend that's doing really well. I'm gonna close them up. They're gonna pick it up tomorrow sometime. So, yep. And then right here, I have a Monstera Peru, which is a prolific grower. And I potted it directly in this terracotta or clay pot. And I put a couple moss poles on it, but this is constantly growing. But I did notice it's starting to like just get really leggy for some reason. Like, come on guys, where are the new leaves? So I'm just kind of stick it here. Maybe it just needs a little bit more light. But I noticed that this particular Monstera is pretty thirsty. So when the leaves start to curl in a little bit, I give it a drink. All right, here's my IKEA cabinet. In the back, I have an alocasia poly propagation pup, and it's working on a new leaf. Back here, let me open up the cabinet, is the Stephania erecta, which if you see the leaves, they look really dull. I might have to just cut her back and just have her start all over. Maybe it's cycle. It's, you know, it's not dead. It's just, last year when I had it, the leaves are very vibrant. The leaves look so dull and like bleached. I don't know why it's doing that. I really don't. Here I have in front, I have an Nepenthes pitcher plant. I had it in a cloche and I recently took it out, but she is just lovely, just doing a great job. I mean, some of the pictures are getting old, but look at all these pictures. Like, look at all of them. And I grew this one from a cutting. It was a pup. I did that. Me, I did that. So I'm so proud of myself with that. Yeah, it's doing really well. In the back is a Scindapsus exotica propagation that I'm working on, and I just want to show you the beefy roots of this plant. Look at how beefy this root is. Look at that. This is how easy, when you put this plant in sphagnum moss and give it enough humidity, it goes crazy. It goes absolutely. Oh, look at those roots. Look at the roots. Oh my God, I'm so happy. And then right there in the corner, I have another Amphioxus. I just want to make sure I put a little distilled water at the bottom so it stays moist. And then here I have some horrible spider plant propagations. I might want to take them out. Maybe this one's salvageable. No, both of them are. It's just they just need a little TLC. And this one, I think she might be dead. This is an anthurium. Anthuriums are my kryptonite, and I tried to do like hydroponics in a self-watering pot. I don't know if I'm successful with that. So down below, I have a little mini. Let me see if I can. This is too much light here. I have a little mini terrarium of like Venus flytraps. Yeah, and she was completely black in the winter because she went into dormancy, and then She came back and she's nice and vibrant. There's also a little sundew right on the side. I had a couple pinguiculas in here last year, which were doing really well, but recently I kind of neglected a little bit, but it's not dead. It's just, I just have to give it a little TLC. And then right here is a jewel orchid, another type of jewel orchid that a neighbor gave to me. I gave them an Nepenthes cutting, and they gifted me this jewel orchid, which is absolutely beautiful, and I put it in sphagnum moss. And in the back, in the back I have another a pitcher plant, which is doing really, really well. And I keep it in that, and I keep it moist, make sure I put distilled water there. And then right in front of it, I have this beautiful, like, whimsical asparagus plant. I was gonna put it in like a terrarium, but I decided against it. I just like it where it is. So, and then below that, I have some dead stuff. So, but yeah, right. On the other side of the room, I have the other satin pothos, or Scindapsus pictus, and this gets good light when it's a nice bright day. It gets west facing light, which actually this plant actually can handle it. I do find it dries out quicker because of the intensity of the west facing sun. So then I have here in the cloche, I'm not going to open it, but I do have this is called I think it's called a Black Miracle Nepenthes pitcher plant, and I have a couple Anthurium hybrids, which ironically are doing really well in this cloche. It's doing really well. This is high humidity, as you can see. The humidity level is 99%, which Anthuriums tend to like a lot. But it's about 80 degrees in there and doing well. What is that? Okay, I don't know. Okay. All right. Starting over here, I have a staghorn. This is my first staghorn fern that I mounted, and I was so nervous about it. But since I put it here, this was last year. I forget the actual time of the year I put it here, but she's put out a couple new leaves. And then she's actually put out a shield frond, actually 2. Yeah, so then I got my confidence was built up, right? So I mounted this one. And then I had this Veitchii. I think it's called Veitchii, or oh gosh, I gotta get the name of this. But this is this is a superbum. This is a Platycerium superbum. And it has a beautiful shield frond, and it had a second one that it just produced. I actually had this in the cabinet, and it produced the shield frond, but it was morphing to the shape of the square pot, the nursery pot, that I had to mount it. I just recently mounted it, and it's doing well. It's not. I make sure I keep it moist, which, you know, sphagnum moss really dries out quickly, so I want to make sure I keep my eye on it. But yeah, she's so cute. Right here, I have a Sansevieria Samurai, and she's working on a pup. And then I have a clipping from my Monstera adansonii, and I just recently put this on a moss pole. It's just an experiment. I just plucked off a dead leaf, so I may be losing her, but I have such a big plant, I'm not worried about it. And then here I have this Scindapsus exotica, which I got the clippings from, the cuttings from, and this is a grower. This thing grows like a freaking weed, and I have to constantly cut this one back. But I got this from a big box, and she's just doing well. She's just loving life. Just about, like, what's going on here? What's going on with that leaf? But right here I have a Sansevieria Buncle or Boncel, And this little figurine I got years ago from Arizona. I just absolutely love it. And she worked on a pup, which the pup is a little flimsy. I don't know if it's dead, but this part of it is pretty sturdy. This is another type of Sansevieria. I think it's called Sansevieria court gesture or something like that. If you know what it is, please leave a comment and tell me what these varieties are. I have 2 money trees. These are for sale. If you're interested in purchasing these beautiful money trees, just let me know. But she's just beautiful. She's beautiful. Yeah, I have 2 of them. And right behind this one is another one that I absolutely love. And oh, it's unfurling a leaf. Oh my God, I didn't even see it. This is the Billietier. And I have it like pinned up here, so it's because the leaves on this one kind of really sprawls. Like you have to have a lot of room for this plant because it just takes up a lot of room. So, but eventually I'm gonna take it off of this because I do not like this moss pole. I just use the moss poles for like training wheels. That's it. Once it gets trained and where I want it to go, I take that ugly plastic pole off and I let it do its thing. So that's my plan, to let it kind of do its thing. But it's working on a new leaf. I'm so happy. Look at that. Look at her. Look at her. It's another money tree. And then here I have my Boobie Cactus. Oh my God. And I just watered her, so the boobs are really kind of perky. Oh my God. She's perky. But she was a little thing. I mean, she's still little, but she was like a couple inches high. Now she's put on all this, she's put on all these other boobs. So she's doing good. Here I have a Walking Sansevieria, or Sansevieria pinguicula. And I had just this one, and it just recently put out this beautiful pup. And I'm hoping it puts out another pup, so then I could maybe either propagate it and sell one of the pups, or put it in a longer pot, because it literally will get it fights for room. It'll literally start to walk out the pot. It will literally walk out the pot. And let me tell you, this thing is so sharp, you could take somebody's eye out with that. You notice I don't have a lot of cacti because you could really injure yourself. Like I'm a toucher feeler, and I like feeling things, and I'll make a mistake and rub and hit the wrong plant, and I'll have a problem. So I typically don't have a lot of cacti in my collection for a reason, right? Here I have a African violet, which is at the end of its bloom, but she loves being in this terracotta self-watering pot. And here I had to move back a little bit because this is a Florida Ghost, which is not ghostly at all. There's no variegation in it. Even though I give it great light, I actually had it downstairs, you know, before, last year I had it downstairs where the Florida Beauty is currently, and that's where it put on all of this growth. But the problem is it's a Florida Ghost, and it's supposed to be kind of like minty and variegated, has supposed to have white, but it just, variegation doesn't do too well in my environment, and I just accept it. I accept it. I still love the plant. This is way too much sun. That's what that is, and way too much grow light. But this is the recent leaf, and look how large that leaf is. It's bigger than my hand. Look at this one. Oh my God, look at this leaf. Look at this leaf. Look at that one. And down here I have a couple, I'm sorry you can't see well, the grow lights are off, but back there is an Adansonii clipping, a propagation. That one back there is a couple of Nepenthes pitcher plants that I propagated. And here is a Hoya chook that's struggling, but trying to survive. Here is a Haworthia that was in a trio succulent display, and it got so big I had to take it out and give it its own pot, and she's doing well. Here below I have a couple string of hearts that are struggling because they got tangled, and I got frustrated and just let them go. Guys, this whole plant journey, not everything about the plant journey is pretty, so just want to let you know. Back there is you can't see it, but that's a propagation of it was a corm from a Alocasia frydek, and I have it in the cloche, and it's actually put on 2 leaves. And back there's a Chinese money plant propagation. Here's a bonsai tree, mini bonsai, which loves the humidity. And here is a Photonia, which I have in a self-watering pot, and she is doing so beautiful. Let me show you. Let me pull her out and show you. Oops. Let me pull her out. Pull her out. She's just doing so wonderful. Like, look at all the new growth on this plant. I'm just so impressed with her growth. I really am. Here in the back is a dying lipstick plant. I'm just gonna throw that thing out today. It was beautiful, but maybe got mealybugs and just like it just started to deteriorate. I don't know what's going on with that, but she's got to go bye-bye. And then here is an Alocasia poly, and this is another one that I am selling. And then we have here, this is a Geogenanthus, which I noticed, I just acquired this one. It does like to stay humid, and I think I'm struggling a little bit with this one because some of the leaves are like crisping up a little bit. I have some cushion moss in the back. I have some Pictus cuttings, and I also have some plants in here that are for sale in my shop. So my online shop, hello. And these are my beautiful prayer plants, and they are absolutely divine. Let me see if I can take one out. Look how beautiful that is. Look, it has new growth and everything, but they are just unbelievable. What is that? Oh, that's just something that okay, I just gotta wipe that off, sorry. But they're doing absolutely wonderful, in my opinion. But I keep them in here, and I keep the lid on, which is clear, and then in the morning it does get a nice amount of light that hits it. It stays moist, which these plants love to stay moist. They don't like to dry out at all, or you get crispy leaves. But I keep them in here. Yeah, I keep them in here, and they're good to go. Oh, let me just put that back there. Okay. Then we have this long little ZZ plant. I sold this. I had a couple other ZZ plants, but I just recently sold a couple of them. But this is the only one left so far. I have some succulents down there for sale, and I also have some more. I have some more beautiful. Oh gosh, I can't even open it up. Prayer plants. Look at these plants. Look how beautiful they are. Oh my God. Look how beautiful she is. The beautiful lemon lime maranta. And she's put out new growth and everything. She's just beautiful, and she's flowering. This is a happy. I'm selling these, but I don't want to. I want to keep them in my collection. But yeah, she's beautiful, and they smell divine. Oh my God, they smell so good. They smell like earth. they smell like earth. So yeah, I keep them in here. I make sure the humidity is good. I make sure they're pest free. And they're in good shape. All right, and last but not least, I have a couple of these baby billietiers, which one of them is working on a new leaf. And billietiers, in my opinion, are slow growers, but when they grow, they just reward you. They're just consistent plants. You keep them happy. You don't overwater them. You fertilize them, and they stay relatively happy and consistent. So I keep it here with this grow light, grow light has just recently turned off. But yeah, I have it on the moss pole, which I don't think is attaching to the moss pole. Like I said, I just use the moss pole for like training wheels right now. I don't like how it looks. It just looks weird. I don't like it. I like it to look elegant. But it's in training. So, but yeah, this is another one. This one was a pup from, I believe, this one. Yeah. And I just put it in its own little pot there. So, and then on the other side, let me show you these. Let me turn on the light. Let's see. These are begonias that are for sale. And this one, I believe, is the begonia mutata. And she's just so pretty. I really want to take one of these and just put it in my collection. But, oh no, I messed up one of the leaves. Oh well, I'll propagate it. I'll propagate her. But she's still pretty. Look how pretty she is. Look how pretty. Ooh, a little water. Look how pretty she is. This particular one is very silvery. I have a couple of them for sale. And it just looks amazing up against the light. It has like a pinkish silvery hue. And I make sure I keep it in this. I keep all of the begonias in this tray. And I just put like an inch of water, distilled water, in the bottom of it. And I just keep it under these grow lights. And they are happy. They are happy. Yes. Yes. They're not drying out. There's no crispiness. Yeah. But these are for sale if you're interested. And down below, I have this. This is another terrarium that I made. It's a begonia in there and some other stuff. And what I notice about begonias in terrariums, they may die back, but they come back. Like this, there's some leaves that are dying. This one I thought was a goner, but she came back, and she came back even stronger than ever. Like, look at this this is a begonia tiger's paw, and she came back even stronger than ever. Even with this unruly weed thing going on here, she's still cute. She's so cute. And here, I'm gonna see if I can take one hand and take the lid off. Let's see. These are Philodendron micans, but this is the variegated micans. These are the pink micans, which are relatively kind of rare. They're trying to come through, like this one's pinkish, and you can see right here the vine is pink. And then there's another one that's coming through that's kind of pink. Let me see if I can find it. Ooh, that one's coming in kind of pinkish right there. There you see it. But I keep it here. I'm just kind of experimenting because the pink micans that I got it from a grower. When I got it home, I repotted it because it was completely submerged in water, and I don't have that environment. And it looked like the plant was starting to like die a little bit. So I quickly propagated. I chopped it up and propagated, and it's starting to like take root and like thrive. So I'm really happy about that. Yep. But yeah, that is it. I do have some plants on the porch, but I'm not going to show you that. Maybe I'll show you another time when it's a nice, bright, sunny day. But yeah. Woo! That was a lot of plants to go through. I'm glad we did it. But I wanted to show you what I had. And I can't guarantee that there won't be more next time. You know, once you get this addiction with plants, it's really hard to subside and tamper down and get it under control, because you just see so many beautiful plants out there and you want them all. And I tried to stand by the philosophy of what plants will thrive in my environment, and what conditions can I provide the plant so that it can thrive. I just say, oh, I like that plant, I take it, but I gotta hold back on it a little bit. But thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to show you my plans and what I've been doing. Spivey, is it time to eat? I know, it's time to eat. Okay, I'm gonna make your dinner in a minute. Do you want to say hi to the people? You want to say hi to the people? Say hi. Oh, Spivey. Hey, Spivey. She's just, anyway, she wants to eat. It's almost about time for her to eat. And she knocked over the table. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. I gotta go feed Spivey. Bye. Change all the time.